Hey guys and girls, me Demo here. Today I'm going to dive into the CreepyPasta TF2 Playdead. Let's begin. I would like to share experience ahead of game of Team Fortress 2. It was about 9 PM on Monday, I think 2 weeks ago, and I decided to play a multiplayer match on Team Fortress 2. I signed on, started playing, started up the alternative server selection for play modes. I felt like actually captured the flag, so I selected that option. I could be led for a bit while I was searching for a server, which isn't abnormal for as my laptop is fairly decent for my router, but eventually I found one. I've only been playing TF2 since a little after it became free, so I didn't have very big server history, nor experience with server mods or servers in general. Something seemed rather odd about this particular server. Once I gained access to the server and loaded the screen, came up the bar on the bottom right. That's why I got 70%. It showed back and forth, a pause. It started to go back and forth between 45s to 60%. The game froze after a few moments after I decided to force quit the game. I wanted to get something to eat and came back to my game and started up. And decided to play for my service history. I noticed a new server added to the list. CTF Playdead 905, or something along that line. After the events I'm well explained, the server disappeared from my list, so I'm going to explain. Please remember here. I tried the server, similar to the before. The load bar jittered a bit, however it managed to complete this time. Unusually, when you enter a custom server, there'll be a soft splash screen saying welcome to the server and advertise the site or really explain the rules. In this case, it was just all the splash screen was black, and I thought something's wrong with my graphics card. And I just, while all the strange things was happening, the game loaded. I selected Pyro as my class and added 2 for it. For those who never played TF2, here's a brief explanation. It's a team-based multiplayer, multiplayer PAM FPS game when it's about particular capture the flag map. 2 for you have 2 very sized sawmills separated by a little lagoon and a bridge. An underground network of pipes that you can enter. The objective is to obviously capture the opponent's flag and return to the base. For this server there was only two teams of 6. Upon my joining, both teams became full. The game was already mid-progress and everything was working normally. Our team, Blue, had already scored 1 point and we needed 2 more to win. Red team had 0. This particular game didn't have a time limit, so we seemed to be going back and forth for about 40 minutes with little no progress. Occasionally, members from our team would type angry messages to opposing game, accusing them of being cheap by having like 4 engineers in a flag room with turrets, making it almost possible to get the flag and making this game seems endless. Up until now, things have been relatively normal. It's what I started noticing in about 5 minutes while I've been going around. I haven't seen a single one of my team members, nor other players from other team. People were still talking, however, so it seemed to take a while for it to sink in that I haven't seen anyone at all for about 5 minutes. I thought that it had to be some kind of lag problem, so I asked other players if they were having the same issues. The general response was no, but one player said they haven't seen me for a bit either. About 6 minutes passed, I'd started to get pretty bored and decided to make one more round throughout the level before I would find another server. I left our fort, fell into the lagoon in the middle, and proceeded to enter the red base's pipe network. After the little room underground, in the middle of the tunnel, there was basically a very long pipe that leads to a staircase going up to the very least at the end. I noticed an enemy scout was standing there, but he wasn't moving, just standing there with his bat out, staring at me. And the strange form of relief really swept over me that the game started to work again. I charged at him and began shooting with my flare gun. The shot went through him, and when I approached him, he disappeared completely. Really bad lag, I thought to myself. I ascended the staircase as I entered the base, and a strange static sound started to replace the other game sounds. I made my way throughout the base as I got closer to the flag room. The static got louder, until I couldn't hear anything at all. I asked if anyone else heard the static. I did not receive any reply, nor said a word since I saw the enemy scout in the pipe tunnel. I managed to get into the room adjacent to the flag room, the pipe tunnel. I managed to get to the room with 2 holes going into it, and I could hear some sort of murmuring behind the static. as I went down one of the halls. Turning the corner, I noticed there was no flag room. It was a plain black, like the hall led into a game void. All the textures and lighting were reduced to 100% black. I shot a couple times, and my bullet landed as if there's walls there, so I entered the room anyway. I saw the flag, picked it up, and when I turned around to leave, there was no hole, everything was black. The UI was still on screen. It said I had the flag, but there was nothing to the level. All the traces of the level disappeared. I tried again to get the answer, explaining my problem, no response. I stood in the room, or lack of, for about 3 minutes, until suddenly the game froze. When the game ended, but the message didn't say anything, didn't say who won, who lost. Announcer's voice was all distorted and the scoreboard was broken. The loading screen came quickly and it said downloading Playdead 0090 or something along that line. It took about 17 minutes to download and it was really a big file. When it finished, the black Scream server came up again and I went through the Scream, selected Spy. This level loaded through the Screams. It kept completely indescribable. I tried to save a screenshot of every picture, just got an error, and the print screen didn't work. The level looked rather black and white, very glitchy. The textures of the wall were kind of an 8-bit blocks, but very distorted. It was almost like playing a 3D version of a static snow screen on TV. I went through the level and asked everybody what map this is, but there was no response. Again, I checked the playlist. Other than my name, everybody else was listed as I am dead 1, I am dead 2, I am dead 3, etc. I've never encountered anything like this before, other than some prank games people made for fun, along with the lines of Majora's Mask 1. This is an online game with, I thought, had security servers. I decided to give a few more minutes and explore the level, which was fairly large, maze of oddly shaped tunnels. Also, there was no sound effects whatsoever. Like, nothing I did caused a sound. I eventually came to a very long tunnel, what I imagined was the middle of the level. The tunnel had darkness at the end, but seemed about endless. I was walking for at least a minute in one direction with no change in the map. I decided to turn around and go back thinking the map is glitched. The moment I turned my camera, I saw the enemy cell again. Except, this time there's something wrong with him. His eyes were black, his left arm was rather deformed, bent in impossible directions, and his legs reminded me of a crab. I almost jumped out of my seat at the sight of it, tired what the fuck is going on. Hurried in the chat, there's no response. I stood there, staring on the strange scout. After several moments, the other players started talking, but all that appeared was a corrupted garbage text. The scout quickly approached me in the sudden, through irregular fashion. I heard a very loud burst of static. All of a sudden, it kicked me out of the server. I went to check my history and it was gone from my history. Naturally, I immediately shoved the game. I haven't played it since, but I think it's some prank, but it was really creepy. The game hacks don't usually creep me out. Update, July 13, 2011. After posting this, I decided to play a game again. I went to my history to find a King of the Hill map, but I noticed that the CTF Playdead 09 was black, but this time it had 0 out of 16 players. I went to the server, and like before, it loaded normally without any issues. It was twofold like it normally was. Nothing seemed out of place. I walked around the map for a while and found nothing. The only thing that I noticed was strange that I would hear some sound effect glitches out now and then. When selecting the character, there was a static that kept repeating when I played into tunnel area. I thought I heard footsteps, and I shut down the game a few minutes later. I will try again in a couple another time. Maybe I'll finally get some footage. Oh my, this is some weird video. Honestly, it's kind of cliche, like spooky scout, deformed monster, black eyes. One thing that annoys me is that it doesn't explain what class he changed. He was pyro. When you mentioned bullets, pyro doesn't have bullets unless he used the flare gun, which he mentioned. Where did he get the shotgun or the pistols? Unless he switched to spy, but he forgot to mention. He does mention spy in the next time he gets to a new server. And it's one thing that I could back from this is the static. You can get static noises in games if you mess up the game files or the mods collide, if you have any. the sounds will sometimes collide, which makes static, like a high-pitched noise. But yeah, I would say it's pretty alright. I mean, I don't know why people like this one. It wasn't that good. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I am out.